What's up, everybody? Eternal God Boss Booze here, back at to give y'all a second part of one of the three what ifs I have that I haven't given a second part to. Came to my attention, I've been neglecting these three, not giving them their second part. So yeah, with that, let me get to the recap. Last time we left off, Deku was agreed to stay on the island with Rayleigh and Rayleigh and Luffy to train with them, so he can stick with them, get stronger, learn what they know, and just travel with them to see if he can find his friends, who he thinks may have also came to this world with him. So yeah, it's pretty much where we left off. So with that out of the way, let's get to the video. Starting now. Okay, we start our story off not with Deku, but with someone else. Now we change our, perspective to a young girl, falling from the sky. And we all know who this is, Ochako. She tries to use uh, her quirk to make her float. She does, but as she's about to pass through, which she thinks is about to pass through a cloud, she actually hits it. It actually stops and hits it, surprising, which she doesn't know what's going on. But then we see Nami appears because she some saw a person literally falling from the sky, but then floating down to the ground, floating onto the cloud. Well, the artificial or I think it was artificial artificial floating island, which was either created by these weather scientists or whatnot, which Nami's uh, been learning from them for the past year now, since we're starting, since everyone, our Deku and his friends appeared in the One Piece world during um, during half during the middle of the 2 years training. So yeah, Nami introduced herself and asked, where did you come from, and how were you floating?" Uh, the girl is a little shooken up because she was falling. Because the last thing she remembers is a explosion, then falling from the sky. Which Nami can see this, and her and the old man she's learning under uh, somewhat comfort her and take her to his house. Which, after she settled down, asked where she is. She Nami and the old man told her where she is. She says she's never heard of the place. Then she tells them where she's from. They never heard of the place, but Nami pulls out a map and see if she can point out where she's from. Which then she realized that she doesn't recognize this map at all. Because Nami pulled out somewhat of a world map, and she doesn't recognize anything on it. Which shocks Nami and all that, and then it clicks in Ochako's mind. Realize that maybe she's in another world, like one of those like an isekai anime she's watched when watched a long time ago. I'm just putting that in so she would understand that she may be in another world. So yeah, she says this, and but before that, which the other main reason why she learned that she's in another world is because that she has a quirk and all, which surprised. She tries to tell Nami and asks what they know about quirks, and they don't know what the hell she's talking about. So yeah, and after that, she they discuss what she'll do, and she tells them that there's a chance maybe her friends got transported here as well. So they allow her to stay. Nami convinces her to stay for a little bit and maybe learn a few things before, and maybe come with her to find her friends, because she said she's going to meet up with her own friends. Within another year or so. Ochako says, okay, if you don't mind me staying, which Nami's just getting over how polite this girl is. So yeah, and we're going to do in about a few weeks. Actually, we're going to shift to someone else's perspective, which we switch to Iida, who's also falling from the sky, screaming, but which he falls on the beach of an island that most men, especially an island Manetta, would be his. You all know. We're on the same island Sanji was on. Sanji's on, which caught the attention of the horde of cross-dressers and Sanji. They all inspect the crash, which they see a young man with glasses wearing a strange costume to their eyes. Knocked out. They put a hold on Sanji's chase and take him to, well, I keep forgetting his name. The guy who broke out of Impel Down with Luffy, the one who's with the Revolutionary Army, the king or queen of that island, who ate the horn fruit with hormone fruit. So yeah, they take which they take him there, and yeah, they take him to the castle, which they did get him somewhat medical attention. And when he woke up about a few minutes, he asked, "Where is he?" First, before that, what's his or her name? Since I know that person can change between female and male because of the person's own devil fruit. Uh, that guy's really confusing. So yeah, before he did, before he answered his question, he asked him, "Who are you?" And because his weird suit, he thinks he could be some sort of marine spy or something. My name's Tenya. Iida answers, "I'm Tenya Iida. I'm currently well, the horn guy. I think he had a hormone thing where it can act as like a truth serum or something. I'm not sure. Iida just spouts it without meaning to, telling them who he is exactly, which they never heard of anything like that. Then they ask. Then he ask. Then they ask, answer his questions, and Ida's somewhat denying that he's in another world. He thinks he's hallucinating, which after a week he realizes he isn't, and then he participates in the same training as Sanji, which is running from the horde of cross-dressers, which he doesn't like at all. He's not a pervert like Sanji or his classmates, or like two of his classmates, but being chased by a horde of men dressed up as girls, it's still not a pretty sight for anyone who's straight or something. I don't know. But yeah. He runs, and while he's running with Sanji, he asks. He sees Sanji perform some kick maneuvers. He asks him if he could teach him while they're running his fighting style, which he does. And that's pretty much how it goes. So, it's pretty much how it goes for that year. He's learning from Sanji, how learning his black leg style, and more. So, yeah. Now, we're going to change perspective again to someone else. We're going to change our perspective again. So, yeah. To Mei Hatsume. So, just like the other three, she falls down from the sky, but she had a soft landing, but a freezing one, into a pile of snow. Which the device that blew up also lands right next to her. She gets up, freezing as hell, but still smiling. The same iconic smile she has when her inventions fail. Her babies, as she calls them, fails and explodes in her face. She says, well, back to the drawing board, but where am I? Then she sees someone pass by, which is... So, sorry if you hear that in the background. That's our dog's acting up. And sorry if it's causing out trouble. Well, if it's interrupting the video or whatnot. So, yeah. As Mei Hatsume, during somewhat of a snowstorm, she sees sees a light and a huge figure come up to her. Which it's someone with metal arms, and some we all know, someone who has a coat on, but no pants whatsoever. Just those, yeah. Saying super, and also asking if you okay. She still smiles. Yes. Do you have anywhere know where I'm at, and also possibly something warm, somewhere warm somewhere I can possibly warm up. Frankie takes her to the lab. The laboratory of Professor Dagapunk, I think his name was, he found on the snow-covered island. Takes her with her, and yeah. Which, after she warms up, she is amazed at all the inventions, all these devices around her. Especially taking the fact, getting a better look at Frankie, she sees him, that he's a cyborg, which he tells her that he's a cyborg, which she wants to take him apart and see how he functions, which Frankie's somewhat off taken, but also excited at some inventor or something. So yeah, she makes assumption that she's in another world a lot quicker than the other three because she knows that her device was that distorts space somewhat, trying because the device she was working on. So she tells Frankie this, and Frankie's taken aback by this, theory of the theory and the process sounds extremely plausible, especially for the fact that he doesn't know what a quirk is, and he thought she had cybernetic eyes because her quirk zoom. She can literally zoom in. Her eyes can literally focus in like a. So yeah, and she stays with Frankie, working on her own inventions and improving on Frankie himself during that last year. So yeah, with that, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and hope you're excited that I finally giving a second part to this what if, and the other parts will come in soon, probably either the same night or tomorrow. So yeah. Also, there's gonna be a link down in the description to my Discord if y'all would like to join or not. And before we go, please comment down below, tell me what you think of this what if, and please please release the next part of a different what if. So yeah, with that out of the way, I'll talk to you tomorrow, or